There we go. Okay.
You have to sign
Hi.
waivers of being on.
I think only Christine.
I know, right?
I think I was the duelist for this.
Yeah, they're using of my likeness,
Okay.
How long do they stay on Facebook too? Because you can pull
I'm
it
not
up.
sure. Hello, everyone. I don't know. I don't know how long it stays on Facebook. I know it gets stored in, like it'll show you past live videos.
Yeah.
But I don't really know for how long. This is our maiden voyage. This is the first time I've done this. So welcome everyone that's watching at home. Thank you for signing in and good to see you virtually. Welcome. Sorry we're a little late. Sunday, you know how it goes sometimes. All right. Right, we're here. We made it to class. Does anyone have anything in particular that they want to do or work on, or you're just happy to be here and move around?
Just happy to be here.
Okay, sweet. Me too. Go ahead and lie down, be comfortable. Yeah, just, right, feel the floor underneath you. Right, feel the earth, right, it's under there somewhere, right, she's there for you. Right, a moment to just feel the ground, right, feel the ground, something steady, solid, certain, right. Let's take a couple of breaths. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Just release the breath, and with the breath, try and let go of, this excess tension that we're all probably holding in our bodies right now, and just, offer it back up to the universe. Let's do that again. Inhale through your nose. Take a big breath. And release it. Exhale. And just offer it up. Give it back, right? It's all energy. The universe will take it back. Do that one more time. Inhale. Filling up, holding, softening your shoulders. Releasing with a sigh. Exhale. Right, softening the body, releasing all of that stuff. So coming into your Ujjayi breath. Begin to steady your breath in and out through your nose. Steady, smooth inhale. And exhale. And so we're in a kind of crazy time, right? It's sort of unprecedented for us anyway. I mean, it's happened in history, but we haven't been alive for that. So we can, sense the panic, the fear, right? And it's a lot because we don't know, and then that uncertainty, that fear kind of triggers something in us, and maybe it brings up past things, and who knows what. So we see what happens. So what we can do, right, to help ourselves stay calm and not get into that kind of, reactive, overstimulated state, like the sympathetic nervous system being activated. We can come into the parasympathetic, right, the calming, the ease part, by using the breath. So we'll just take a few minutes and come into a pranayama using your Ujjayi breath. And we'll just do what's called a 1-2. It's probably referred to in many different ways, but the idea is that the exhale is twice as long as the inhale. So if the inhale is 1, which we'll do it longer than 1, but the exhale would be 2. So I think we'll start with a briefer inhale of a 3 count and exhaling for 6, right? So we'll make it a little bit longer, and then I'll give you guys about 2 minutes to just play with it on your own. But these long exhales help to stimulate the parasympathetic. And I've been reading a lot about the vagus nerve in recent times. And so the vagus nerve, right, this is the part of us, part of the nervous system that allows us to calm down. It's part of the parasympathetic, and And long exhales will help bring us into what's called a ventral vagal state, which means we get to relax, which means we get to feel comfortable, feel safe, right? So using the breath, as yogis, we know about this tool. So let's use it right now at the beginning of our practice. So take a big breath, inhale. Then release it, exhale. Then we'll breathe in and out through the nose. So inhaling for 3, 2, 1. Taking a little pause and then a long exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Emptying the breath, inhale 3, 2, 1. Hold for a moment and slow exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Emptying the breath, inhale 3, 2, 1. Fill up, hold, slow exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Emptying the breath. Fill up 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze it out. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold briefly. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more together. Inhale 4, 3, 2. Fill up. Hold briefly. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling again at your own pace, so make it any length of breath that suits you. And try and double the length of your exhale. But don't force it, right? If it starts to make you tense or clench or grip, it doesn't have to be that long. The point is a nice long exhale, right? Lengthening the exhale. But if you can stay with the 1-2 ratio, a couple more rounds. Stay slow. Take a big breath, inhale. And just let it go, exhale. And just take a moment to just notice how you feel. Notice how this is landing in your body. come back to your regular pace of Ujjayi breath. So like we want to have that nice long exhale, but not to the point where it makes us, feel grippy. So you can play with that, but the long exhale will help us to calm down, right? And then also, because you're doing it right now, like being in your bodies, doing your practice, right? Moving around, feeling your physical body is a really great way to help relieve anxiety, stress, worry, that kind of stuff, just like get in your bodies. So with that in mind, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, circling the wrists, the ankles. I had a request to talk louder, so tell me if this is loud enough. Hopefully, take a stretch, reach the arms overhead. Stretch the legs out nice and long. Oh, yeah, maybe take a little lean to one side and lean to the other side. Oh my goodness. Yeah, back to the middle. Circle the arms. Oh, hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Rock a little bit side to side. All right, yeah, just massaging across the low back. Come into your twist, take your knees over to the left, reach your right arm out to the right. And just relax here for a breath or two. Okay. Good. Soften in. So just feel your body, just tune in. Right? This is the best way to escape the chatter of the mind. Right, come on back up to center, take an inhale. Exhale the knees over to the other side, right? And feel the feels. Like, what do you feel as you come into this twist? We do it all the time, right? So what do you notice today? What do you feel in your hip and your low back? Maybe try and tune into the subtler sensations that are here. Like, there's a couple obvious places, but then, like, what else? Let your attention move through your body. Come back up to center. Yeah, let's reach the heels up towards the ceiling. Stretch the backs of your legs for a breath or two. You can pull your legs in towards you. And if you want some inner thigh stretch, turn the toes out. Bring the legs out wide. Good. Stretch through the heels. Bringing the legs back together. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Let's rock and roll forward and back a time or two, and we'll come up to seated. I wonder, is it because it's on a blanket maybe that it'd be hard to hear?
Do you have a piece that you can put in? That would make it much easier.
Yeah, but it would have to connect.
You don't have a cordless.
I do, I guess I have to play with that.
That would work.
Let me know if you can hear me better now, if I'm talking loud enough. Sorry guys, I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first Facebook Live, and I don't know. It's a work in progress.
I like the idea. I like the idea.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, right, so then people that can't come in or don't feel comfortable or have people that they're worried about or whatever, yeah, like we're here. It's good. All right, yay everybody. So sitting up tall, relax your shoulders. Let's take a big breath. Turn the palms out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pressing the palms, pull the hands through center. Yeah, let's do that again. Turn the palms out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, through the middle. Let's add an om to this last one, or you can hum or whatever feels better. Inhale, sweep up. Dropping your gaze to your fingertips or closing your eyes. A moment to set an intention for your practice. And just be here, be in your body, feel the feels, right? Be with your breath. Notice the stories, right? That's half the fun of the practice, really, right? It really puts a mirror, shines a light, So notice what comes up as we start to move around. And see if you can just breathe it in and breathe it out. Really notice and let it go. All right, gently releasing the hands down. Opening the eyes. Take an inhale, reach up. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms inside out, press to the ceiling. Mount the shoulder blades down, but press up through the thumbs, the index fingers. Yeah, get tall. Good. Slowly bring this forward. Just round the spine, hollow out. Press the palms forward, pull the belly back. Releasing that, let's switch the cross of the legs. Give your arms a little shake. Yeah. And then bring your hands behind, interlace again, but put the other thumb on top, the other pinky under. Reaching the knuckles back and down, opening the chest. Right, lift the heart up. Maybe lift the chin for a moment. See how that feels. Right, and then slowly bring your chin down towards your chest. And see how that feels. My personal favorite. If you want to add a little turn of the chin towards your right shoulder, and then give it a little turn towards your left shoulder. Yeah. All right, one last breath with the chest. And release it. Give your shoulders a little shake, right? Nice. Let's come over onto hands and knees. We'll do some cat-cow. There's talking. Hello. All right. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, great. I'm trying it without the blanket to see if you can hear better that way. Okay. All right. Just making sure. There we go. All right. Are you cat-cowing yourselves? Sorry, guys. I'm going to get better at this, and then that won't be such a big deal. Okay. It's just, the learning curve. All right. Oh, I know, I wanted to Facebook Live sooner, but then I was like, what will I do? I don't know, what am I going to talk about? There's a thread on my fan. All right. Round. One more time. Inhale. All right, let's come back to center. Find a centered spine, neutral, I guess. Bring the knees a little closer together. And then send your right leg straight back behind you. Drop the outer right hip down. Reach your left hand forward. And then notice if you're getting a little pulled into gravity. Hug the ribs in. Yeah, reaching back through the right heel, reaching forward with the left fingertips. See if you can lift your leg a little higher. And maybe the arm can lift a little higher. Pull your hip bones up towards your ribs. Do that one more time. Lift the leg, lift the arm, pull the hips towards the ribs. Feel your belly engage. Take one more breath. Awesome. Come on down. Hand down, knee down. Whew. If you want a moment to sit back and just stretch that out, take a breath. Yeah. All right. And then coming back up. Tabletop. Bring the knees a little close. Hug the belly. Send your left leg back. Outer left hip down. Right, reach the right arm forward. Press the floor away with the bottom arm. Right, lift up out of the shoulder. All right, so drawing the hip bones up towards your ribs. Lift the leg a little higher. And see if your arm will lift a little higher. Yes, hug the ribs in. Let's do that again. Leg a little higher, arm a little higher. Yes, pull the hips towards the ribs. Take one more breath. Press the floor away. Inhale. And come on down. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Whew. Maybe sit back. Take a moment in child's pose. Relax your shoulders. Good. Soften. All right. So let's make our way into downward facing dog. Come on up. Give yourself some space. Tuck your toes. I'm going to break myself on this blanket. Lift your hips. If you want to pedal the heels a time or two, feel free to do that. Shake out your head a little bit. Right, yeah. All right, good. Steady. Right, smoothing out the breath. Steady your gaze. So let's move with the breath a little bit here. Inhaling forward to plank pose. Exhaling, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Yeah, so let's do like that a couple more times. Take the whole breath to get forward into plank. Right, take the whole exhale to get back into your downward facing dog. Right, take your time with the movement. Yeah, go forward slowly, big long breath. Slowly back to your down dog. Yes, do that 2 more times. Nice and steady with the breath. Try to time your movements with the breath. 1 more like that. Forward to plank, soft face, relax your jaw. Back into downward facing dog. And then come back forward into your plank pose. Good, again hugging the belly in. Send the tailbone long towards the heels. And draw the shoulder blades down. Take 1 more breath here. Lean forward, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows. Let's lower all the way down to the floor. Yes, so we'll take a couple rounds of Shalabhasana. Flatten your feet. Reach your hands back. Inhale, lift the head, the chest, lift the legs. Curl the tailbone under as you press your thigh bones up. And come on down. So legs straight. Reach through the big toes. Curl the tailbone under. Lift up. Head, chest, feet, knees, thighs. Yes, press back. Reach back. And come on down. Good. We'll do that 1 more time. This time, let's interlace the fingers above the sacrum. Curling the tailbone under. Inhale, lift up. Lift the head, the chest. Lift the legs. Press the thighs up off the floor. Peel the chest up. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down. All the way down. Release the hands. Take a breath. Maybe waggle your hips a little bit side to side. Yeah. All right, plant your palms by your ribs, tuck your toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, press the floor away, come to plank, top of a push-up, inhale. Exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. A breath here. Good. Well, probably more than a breath. Okay. Okay. Reach the hips up and back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float. Bring your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Come all the way up from the glutes. Sweep the arms, reaching up. Inhale. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Pause here just for a moment. Relax your shoulders. Smooth out the breath. All right, releasing the hands down. Turn the palms out. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, up and over to the floor. I'm sorry. Inhale, lift up halfway. Zip the belly. Heart goes forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come into plank pose again. Top of a push-up. Your favorite. Your favorite. Okay.
You should put it next there.
Right, bring your big toes to touch. And then without letting anything else move, right, curl the tailbone under, just float your right foot up off the floor. Right, curl the tailbone under. Yes. Bring your right foot down, pick your left foot up. Tailbone long, right, press the floor away, squeeze the arms nice and straight. Put your left foot down, pick your right foot up. I know. Put your right foot down, pick your left foot up. Good, tailbone under. One more time each side. Right foot up. Breathe. Foot down, left foot up. Good. Both feet down, lean forward, inhale. Come on down, exhale. Bend the elbows, lower to the floor. Whew. Relax your shoulders. Take a breath. All right, let's come up, cobra pose. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lengthen forward and down. Again, curl the tailbone under. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lengthen and lower. One more time. We'll hold this one up a little bit. Press the palms. Lift your chest. Hug the elbows in. Press your whole hand down. Can you move the heart through? Scoop it up. One more inhale.
And lower, exhale. All the way down. Soften. Waggle the hips. Good. All right. You gotta get off the floor. Plant your palms by your ribs. Tuck your toes. Activate the legs, right? Inhale. Exhale, press the floor. We come to plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Good. All right. Send your right leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, bend the knee. Come into the stretch. Take a couple of breaths. Okay. There's a thread. Let's get it. Straighten the leg, square the hips. Good, press the left thigh back. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull your knee into your nose, round the spine, try and touch your face. Inhale, don't touch your face. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Touch your right knee to your right arm. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Touch your right knee to your left arm. Come across the body, touch. Inhale, reach the leg. Okay, one more time. Come forward, knee to your nose. Touch your right arm. Touch your right wrist with your knee, lower. Yes, touch your left wrist. Touch your left upper arm. Touch your nose, squeeze. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Downward facing dog, foot to the floor. Whew. Take a breath. I know. If you want to rest for a second, feel free. All right. Side two. Send your left leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip and the knee. This part should feel fairly friendly. I mean, it gets a little dicey after this, but right now, it should feel stretchy and nice. So feel the feels. And then let's bring it back around, squaring the hips. Reach back with the left leg, right? Get long. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Round, pull it in. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Touch your left arm with your knee. Shift forward. Inhale, reach it up and back. Touch the right arm with your knee. Above your elbow, try. Inhale, reach it up and back. All right, come forward to your nose. And then touch your left upper arm, your left wrist, your right wrist, your right upper arm, and your nose one more time. Yes, and reach the leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale the foot to the floor. Okay, let's take it forward. Press back. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Folding, exhale. Rising, inhale. All the way up. Good, exhale. Take a breath here, inhale. Side out, exhale. Release the hands, relax your shoulders. All right, good job, you guys. All right, let's keep this show on the road, shall we? Turn the palms out, inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, up and over, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, hands are down, left foot back, right foot back. Back into your plank pose, top of a push-up. Hold it here. Belly in, ribs in, right tailbone long. Good. Bring the big toes to touch. Okay, so we're gonna just add a little bit onto this. Lift your right foot and tap your right toe out to the side to the right. Yes, and then bring it back to center. And then left foot out to the left. And back to center. And to the right. Back to center. To the left. Back to center. Good, you guys. One more time. To the right. And back. And to the left. And back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower down. Lie on your belly. Relax your shoulders. Take a breath. Whew. Okay. So we will do cobra pose with the option of lifting all the way up into upward facing dog. And then we'll head straight back to downward facing dog. All right, so palms by the ribs. Flat feet. Flatten the tops of your feet to the floor. If you think you want to do up dog, pull your hands back so your wrists are under your elbows. Shoulders off the neck, right? And lengthen the shoulder blades down. Curl the tailbone under. Inhale, lift up, cobra pose. Maybe all the way up, upward facing dog. Heart comes through the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. All right, very nice. Breath here. 2 more breaths, that is. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Folding in, exhale. Firm the glutes to rise. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands through the midline. Surya Namaskar A. Just one time. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Hinge and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees. Hands are down. Step back, float back. Plank, maybe chaturanga to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, breathe. Couple breaths here. I'm just making sure nobody's got any issues. Mike keeping it real with the sound effects. Joe can hear you. That's Joe, yeah. Stretch back. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Walk, float, feet to hands. I didn't really think about that part. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Okay. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Reach for the floor. Inhale, Utkatasana, the chair pose. Melt the shoulder blades away from your neck. Right, we get into this big pose and we're like, oh, it's work, right? So we kind of gear up, but melt the shoulder blades down. Yes, because we want the work. We want the Abhyasa. We also want the Vairagya. Right, we want the work. We want the ease. Melt the shoulder blades down. Hug the belly back. Sit a little back. Yes. Lift the chest a little higher. Take an inhale. And let it go fold. Exhale. Take a breath. Whew. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Bend the knees. Plant the hands. Step or float back. Maybe chaturanga to upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. All right, beautiful. Sweaty. To demo so much. Send your right leg up and back into the air. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose. Squeeze and round and step your foot between your hands. Crescent pose, high on the ball of the back foot. All right, so as you come up, lift the hip bones up too. Right, so the whole front of the body lifting. You could even try and get a sense of the pubic bone kind of gently lifting up towards the navel. Right? Melt the shoulder blades down. So here too. Right, and then can we allow the stretch at the front of the left hip, right? Breathe into that. Reach back with the left inner thigh through the midline and back. Right, deepen the stretch. One more breath. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, come on down, hands to the floor. Step the front foot back, find your plank, inhale. Exhale, take the vinyasa. Bending the elbows. Lift the chest. Back to downward facing dog. Good. Left leg up into the air, inhale. Exhale, rounding the spine, pull the knee forward, step lightly. Coming into your crescent pose, bend the back knee a little bit, right, so you can lift the hips up, right, so you can pull the frontal hip bones up off the thighs. Use the inner thigh on the back leg, rolling through the middle, right, to deepen the stretch, if that makes sense for your body, right, and lifting up with the hip bones to get that same lengthening at the front of the hip. Soften the shoulder blades away from the neck. Maybe shifting your gaze up towards your thumbs. Challenge your balance Take one more breath here. Reach for the sky. Inhale. Let it go. Exhale. Hands coming down to the floor. Stepping back. Vinyasa or don't vinyasa. Right? That's for you to decide. Good. Pressing back. Reach the hips. Get long. Yeah. Take one more inhale. Stretch back. Use your exhale to bring your feet to your hands. Jump forward. Walk forward. Inhale. Lift up halfway. Exhale. Fold in. Bend the knees. Reach the arms. Utkatasana. Ut. Right, lift the hip bones up. Bring your hands to your heart. Lengthen forward. So without actually making contact with your knee, we're just gonna rotate, but don't use the lever, right? Lengthen forward, inhale. Left elbow towards the right knee, but don't actually hook it in. Just rotate. Pull the left knee back, and sink the right thigh bone down. Yes. Lengthen the heart forward. Come back to center. Keep the hands at the heart. Go the other way. Squeeze your glutes. Try not to let your lower body move. Rotate the ribs. Use your right shoulder blade. Firm it onto the upper back. Lengthen the sit bones back and send your heart forward. Take one more breath. Come back to center. Utkatasana. Reach up. Maybe look up. Inhale. Fold, let it go. Exhale. Whew. Give your head a little shake. Take a moment. Inhale. Lift up halfway. Exhale. Bend the knees. Plant the hands. Step back. Jump back. Right through your vinyasa. And to downward facing dog. Feel free to sigh it out. Shake your head out. Good. Okay. Send your right leg up and back into the air. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the knee in towards your nose. Step the foot lightly through. Warrior one. Back heel to the floor. Come up straight ahead. Right, so just appreciate how different this is from crescent pose. They're almost the same. It's just we put that back heel down and it really changes everything. So just notice, right? Press through the back heel. Use that rooting down to then lengthen the left side forward, right? Press and get long. So the inner thigh on the back leg is doing that same reaching that we were trying to do in our crescent pose just a second ago. Right, melt the shoulder blades down here too. Right, lifting up. Maybe bend a little deeper into the front knee. Yes. Take one more breath right here. Let's bring the hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Reach the knuckles towards the floor. Lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Go straight ahead. Straight ahead. Pin that outer right hip back and in. Right? More than you want to, probably. Right? Yes. Keep doing it. Yes, Raji, that was good. Head heavy. Right? Yes, exactly. Let your head hang down. Your legs are strong, right? Breathe into that strength. The work is the legs. The release is the head. Right? Take one more breath here. Press into the back foot. Inhale, lift yourself up. Release the arms. Sweep them out and up. Maybe the palms can get a little closer together. Don't crunch up your neck. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing the hands down. Spin onto the ball of the back foot. Step your right foot back. Find your plank and pause. Good. It's time to have fun. More fun with plank. Right forearm down. Left forearm down. Plank pose on your forearms. Right? Lengthen the sternum forward and charge back through the heels. Right? Have both those things happening. Press through the whole hand, the whole forearm. Right? Pressing down to lift the front of the body away from the floor. Bring the big toes to touch. Pick your right foot up and bring it out to the side. We'll combine them. And then bring it back. And pick your left foot up and tap it out to the side. And bring it back. And do that again. Right side. Left side. Little tap. Right side. Left side. Come down to Sphinx. Drop the hips, the knees, flatten the feet with the chest. If you want a little more stretch, feel free to lift the elbows and stretch the belly a little further. Curl the tailbone under, melt the shoulder blades down. Lift the heart. Good. Come back down onto your elbows. Tuck the toes. Back to your forearm plank. Peel up. Okay, so from here, not sure if they can see me so good. I can't tell. From here, curling the tailbone under, walk your feet in a little bit, kind of like dolphin pose, but not all the way to dolphin pose. Bending the knees. We're going to come forward into chaturanga. So, lifting the elbows. 1, 2, 3. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. It's okay if that didn't work out exactly how you might have envisioned. Whew, I'm sweaty. All right, good job everyone. Send your left leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, pull your knee in, round warrior one. Step your foot between your hands. Come on up. Back heel down, slightly to the right of the front foot. Yeah, rotate your back foot so your heel comes down onto the floor. Yeah. Shoulder blades down. Lengthening up. Yeah, so again, can you really press into the right foot? Root into the right heel and reach the inner thigh on the right leg towards the middle and back. So the right outer thigh, outer hip, all of that can just lengthen forward through that nice strong pressing down. Watch the shoulder blades, they like to creep up. Lengthen up. Consider bending a little deeper into the front knee. It'll give you a little more stretch at the front of the right hip, so just see how that feels. Feel the feels, there's so many. Take one more breath. Bring your hands behind your back. Do the other interlace, so you're putting the opposite thumb on top. Right, lift the heart up, reach the knuckles towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, straight ahead. The tendency is to turn out to the side, right? In this case, it would be turning towards the right. So lengthen the left hip back. That's it. So legs super strong, right? Press into the back foot. Root the pinky edge of your back foot. And as you do that, let the spine lengthen forward and your head just pour down towards the floor. Take another breath here. See if it's possible to bend a little deeper. Press into your back foot to lift yourself up. Release the hands. Arms out and up, and maybe palms come together. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down. Hands to the floor. Stepping back to plank. Pause. Yes. Pausing in plank. What? Pausing in plank. Pausing in plank. Left forearm down. Left forearm down, right forearm down. Into your plank pose, forearm plank pose, sorry, let's be specific. All right, so we're gonna try. Let's just see how it goes. Curl the tailbone under, pick your right foot up, and see if you can bring your knee to your arm. Squeeze, and step it back. And then your left knee to your left arm, and step it back. And 2 more times on each side, right knee, right arm. Left knee, left arm. 1 more each side, right arm, and back, and left arm, and back. Hold. Sphinx pose. Come on down. Drop the hips. Flat your feet. I'm sweaty. Lift up. Shoulders down. Normally I just watch you guys do all that stuff, but I'm trying to be helpful. Okay. Come on down. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's good. Oof. I should have brought like a hair tie or something. I have something to do. All right. We gotta make our way. Well, there's no heat on. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
No, it's not on. It's off. Yeah, it's off. I know. I want to. Okay. So back up onto our forearms. We're gonna try it one more time, going forward. So your hands don't move, right? It's just your elbows pick up and your shoulders come forward. So you're kind of just using that hinge. All right, so first forearm plank. I'll do it this way. I know it's probably not helpful for you guys, but I'm gonna do it this way. All right, so tailbone under, right? Walk it in a little bit. Bend your knees. You need your legs, right? It's a 1 and a 2. Keep your hands, lift your elbows, go forward. Lift your chest. Yeah, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Whew, good job, everybody. Stretch back, I know, right? Reach, get long. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Utkatasana, bend, reach. So let's do the twist for real this time. Bring your hands to your heart, lengthen forward, take an inhale. Exhale, elbow outside the knee. What happened with my legs? Pull your left knee back, drop your right thigh down, open the chest, right? Press the palms. Try and lift your ribs away from your thighs. Get your thumbs to your sternum and open your arms maybe. Bottom hand down to the floor maybe. Sit the hips a little deeper. Take one more breath. All right, let's come through center, chair pose, Utkatasana. We're gonna try and just power through to the other side. Bring your hands to your heart, lengthen forward, inhale. Exhale, go the other way. Descend the right, left, rather, thigh bone down. And draw that right knee back. Press the palms and peel the chest open. Try and get your ribs away from your thighs. Yes. And breathe. This way. Open the arms maybe for a breath. If you haven't already, yes. Inhale. Exhale, and then sweep it through. Chair pose just for a moment. I know. Lift the chest, inhale. And fold, exhale. Let it go. Shake it out. Whew, awesome job, you guys. Alrighty. As you're ready, we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, stepping back, floating back. Any vinyasa or no vinyasa is fine too. All right, back to downward facing dog. Let me just check in on the, leave it at that. Yes. Okay, I think things are going okay over there. Oof. All right. Stretch it back, send your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine, pull the knee forward, step your foot between your hands. Let's bring the back foot a little closer. Land the heel down on the floor, straighten the legs, hands to your hips, come on up. You can straighten them as you get up here. Squaring off towards the front of the room, right? So just imagine you have headlights on your hip bones, right? And they're pointing straight ahead. Yeah, so we want that nice outer left hip coming forward action. And let's do the classic arms, Paschimma Namaskar. So thumbs down, tuck it in behind, pressing the palms, right? Or trying to. So if your palms don't press, just get out. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, modify, right? Oh, you can press, you can make knuckles piss and press your knuckles. Come back to this interlace that we did earlier, right? So don't worry about that too much. Okay, squaring off towards the front of the room. Inhale, lift your chest. Try and keep that squaring off and come forward. Draw the right hip back, lengthen out over the leg, right? Get long. Keep trying to press the palms. Yeah, so that means the elbows kind of hugging in, like you're trying to tuck them into the sides of your ribs. Widen through the collarbones. Yes. Take one more breath right here. Lift up so you're parallel to the floor if you're not already. Lengthen the outer right hip back. Hug the ribs in, right? Use your abs. Bend your right knee a little bit and see if you can shift forward into a warrior three, right? If you can, we'll straighten the right leg as you get there. Hug the belly in. And watch the outer left hip. Can you lengthen it down towards the floor a little bit? Keep all this, release the arms. Send them out wide like a T, or even overhead. Melting the shoulder blades away from the neck. That's it, everybody. How's your breath? Take one more breath here. Exiting through warrior one. Bend your right knee, step your left foot back. Yes. Reach up, lengthen up, inhale. Come on out, exhale. Bring the hands down, spin onto the ball, step the front foot back, and either vinyasa or rest. Yeah. Breathe. Right, downward facing dog. Good. Steady. Smooth out the breath. Okay, let's do the other side. Sorry, I had to take a sip. Send your left leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, use your abs. Pull the knee through. Try and land lightly your foot between your hands. Bring the back foot a little closer. Hands to your hips. Come on up. We'll straighten the legs. We'll straighten the legs as you come up. Yeah. All right, and square. Right, so we tend to get a little sideways. Draw the left hip back. Same arms. Right, thumbs under. Tuck it in. So if your palms are pressing, right, see if you can swim your hands a little higher up your back. Right, and then press the elbows like you're trying to tuck them into the sides of your ribs, right? Like just straight in. We're not trying to flap them back, right? So think about that action of pressing the palms, the elbows moving in that way. Right, left rather, hip back. Heart up, inhale. Forward, exhale. Try to keep the left hip pinned back. So just like in our humbled warrior, we kind of want to go sideways because it's easier, right? Can you? Yes. Lengthen the left hip back. Press the right heel down into the floor. And use that to get a little longer. Beautiful. Wide across the collarbones. Whoa, the fronts of the shoulders. Yes. One more breath. Lift till you're parallel, if you're not already, right? Hug the ribs in. Soft bend the left knee, lean forward. Float the back foot. It's fine if you lose the arms before I say it, right? It's okay. Outer left hip, outer right hip, down. Yes. Arms out wide like a T or overhead. The full pose is technically arms overhead. In any case, arms active, lifted leg active, right? Spreading yourself out. Beautiful. Slowly to warrior one. Take your time. Yes, everyone, beautiful. Reach up, stretch up, inhale, pressing the palms, maybe. Exhale, let it go. Come on down. Hands to the floor, stepping back as you're ready. Taking a vinyasa or not taking a vinyasa. You can decide what the best course of action for you is right now. All right, beautiful. Downward facing dog. Stretch back. Pressing the thighs back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Utkatasana, the chair pose. Bend your knees, reach your arms. Yeah, squeeze your glutes. Good, okay. Just put in the shot. Lift your heels up off the floor. Your favorite. All right, we're gonna try and stand up with the heels lifted. It's fine if your heels come down and you just come back in. It takes some practice. Yes, everybody. All right, keep your heels lifted, bend your knees like you're sliding down a wall. Keep your shoulders over your hips, send your knees forward, all the way down. Our knees all crack. All right, we're gonna do a couple of things here. But first is Bakasana. So, hands on the floor, shoulder distance, knees up, right up the arms. As high up the arms as you can get them, really. All right, then you have to lean. That's the catch. Lean into your fingertips, one foot, maybe both feet, scooping up off the floor. Right, pull the heels in towards your butt Squeeze your knees onto your arms. Yes, and breathe. More, Tara. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yes, you guys. I know.
You gotta lean more.
Chaturanga, maybe?
There you go.
Shake out your wrists. More.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah. We're going to do 2 more. Well, 1 on each side. Oh, yes. See, it's a tripod headstand. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Because sometimes people just, they're looking back and they come down on their heads and then, like, why not make the best of a situation? And so I just was checking.
No, I have no balancing that.
Okay, right on. We don't really know each other, so. Okay. All right, so let's do Parsvabhakasana, which is side. It's a twist, really. I don't know why it's not called twisting crow, but it's called side crow. Which also kind of makes sense, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start in the same position with the heels off the floor and a nice deep squat. All right, but this time we rotate. So I think it's easier, especially in the beginning, to just set your hands up sideways. But what I will highly recommend is just to take a couple of breaths to get a little deeper into the twist. Get your arm away from your knee and then get your leg away from your elbow. So that means like squeeze in, get a little lower if you can, right? You'll be super tight into your legs, which is useful, right? Then press back with your arm into your legs. Plant your hands, lift your hips, lean out over your fingertips, and see if you can pull your feet up off the floor. Squeeze your left hip to your left shoulder. And then if that works out, maybe Dvipada, Ekapada Kundanyasana A actually. Dvipada is here. All right, okay. Any of those are fine. Yeah, there you go. Nice, King. Whoa, I know it's like, don't go too far. Okay, gravity.
Gravity is hard.
Still a thing. Yeah, darn it. Yes, KJ, get a little more tucked
High up
in.
in there, right?
Mm-hmm. Get your knee as much towards your armpit as you can, or your thigh. Yeah, because you want to kind of be away from your knee. We're also going to go the other way, so don't give it all away on the first side. We got 1 more. Yeah. Not that you're giving it away necessarily. All right, there's falling. You guys already know that, but there's definitely falling in yoga, so don't worry. If you fall, it's okay. All right, it's okay. So just take your time. Snuggle in, right? It helps to set yourself up. And then you want to push back into your leg a little bit. Lift your butt and squeeze, right? Squeeze your right hip towards your right shoulder. Right? Squeeze it in. Try and breathe while you're there. Oh, yes, Tara, baby Bakasana. That's my baby. Oh, there you go, KJ. I don't. That's it.
No idea what
You start moving your legs, but the top leg just kicks forward however much it can, and the bottom leg just straightens. Yeah.
No, we don't.
Actually, the top leg goes back, sorry, and the bottom leg goes out to the side. Yeah, there we go. The top leg goes back. I was like, wait, it's not right. There you go, yes, exactly. Yeah. Good job, you guys. Yes, very nice. All right. Yeah, that's it, KJ, exactly. You just got to get a little bit further away from your elbow, yeah. Okay, let's just do a quick wrist release back to the hands. Oh, right back to the hands. Oh, you can spin the inner arm forward and it'll stretch your forearm a bit. Which is kind of nice. Or at least I think it is, but you may not agree with me. All right, and then flip them around and stretch the other way. Good. Okay. So, if you're not too tired, just let it let's do a little bit of upside down time. Handstand or pincha or headstand, or if you're not sure what to do, let me know. Or if you want a variation or a spot or something like that, let me know. I'm happy to help. All right. And you can use your forearms if your wrists are tired, you know, and do pincha with your head off the floor. Don't worry yourself. Yeah. Are you okay?
I am.
Youth, I guess, is on your side.
My wrist's not as strong as it used to be.
Yeah, and that's a pretty big back bend to just go straight back. You can turn, you know, like just pick one hand up and rotate a little bit, and then you can just bring a foot to the floor. So like if you're up there and you feel like, whoa, you know, just let yourself kind of turn a little bit so that
I'm so tired now.
I know. You don't have to do it again. I'm not suggesting that you do it right now. I'm just saying for future reference, the next time, whenever that is, you can, do a little pivot. Yeah, and that way you don't have to try and do a giant back bend. Which you're a little bit tight in your upper body, so that's not really going to happen. Yeah, so as you
We're
know.
not there yet.
Right. So no worries. I mean, it's fun to balance, but just, you know. Nice, you guys. Thanks, everybody. It's exciting out here today. Right. Okay, let me see what's happening over here. Jane, hi Jane. Hi Alexis. So many chairs.
Does it show you who's on, Christy?
I can see people making comments, but I can't really tell. Like, I don't know how I see it. Oh,
Running
Tara!
away, atta girl.
I should have showed everybody.
I know.
Turn that thing around.
Tara, I did too
That
much
was
pressure.
really good.
That was a good one.
Right, it really was.
They all heard me back there.
Yeah, you heard it. You definitely heard it. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Handstand grunt.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Did you touch the wall at all?
I did a little
In the
bit,
beginning,
yeah.
But that was a good balancing.
Yeah.
Yay, thanks for being here, everyone. And everyone. It's kind of fun because you do get a little bit of like interaction and they say things and just run over there. I'm kind of like,
Nice.
ooh, that's it.
Look at
Good
you.
job.
All right, so turn. There you go.
Nice.
No more crashing.
That's it. That is it.
She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, trust me. I've had my share of falling, like still. Yes, Tara. Oh, too slow. I was gonna show you guys. All right, nice everyone. Okay. Right.
That was a good one, yeah.
Nice.
Both of them.
Twice.
You did it twice.
Yeah, you did. So that's good. Like, lock it in. Lock it in.
I heard it.
Yes.
I did. Facing the wrong way both times.
That's okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Fantastic. So let's do a couple of back bends, shall we? Yeah. Nice, Julie. Doing it. Okay, so that means let's come on our backs. Let's come on our backs. We'll do bridge pose. We'll do Urdhva Dhanurasana. Okay. Oof. So, knees bent, feet flat. Yeah. So heels in, mostly we're just trying to stack the knees over the ankles, So that's what we're after as we pull the heels in. And then about hip distance, but you know, you can accommodate your body. It can be a little wider apart if that helps. Feet roughly parallel, but that too, you know, the toes can turn out a little bit. All right, on that note, curl the tailbone under. Let's lift the hips up off the floor. And interlacing the fingers underneath, tuck the outer upper arm under until you feel your spine is off the floor, your whole spine. Lengthen through the tailbone and then use your shoulder blades to press into the back of the ribs and move your sternum towards the back of the room, towards your chin, right? Keep trying to lengthen through the tailbone and just even out the curve along your spine, right? Can you do that? Yeah, root evenly through the feet. Press the inseams. One more breath. Very nice. Come on down. Slowly down. So some of you may want to come up into Urdhva you don't have to. Even if you can, that doesn't mean you have to. So see how you feel. Like energy-wise, of course, Urdhva is going to take more juice, right? It's just harder, physically more challenging. You're lifting your body off the floor. So if that makes sense for you to do right now, let's go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we're doing bridge pose again. So in either case, we start the same, knees bent, feet flat, right? And then if you're coming up into bridge, lift the hips, do the opposite interlace, tuck the outer upper arm under, send the tailbone out through the knees. If you're coming into Urdhva, you're probably already there, but plant the palms, hug the elbows in. Try and pop up onto the top of your head, and then come the rest of the way up. Lift the chest. Right, when you need to come down, you'll come down. Not bad, Keaton, actually. It's better than I expected that to be. Okay. Nice. All right, we're going to do one more. So you've had a couple of breaths on the floor. Which back bend do you want to do? Let's come up one last time. Make your choice, and let's do it. If you're doing bridge, do the opposite interlace again. So you have the other thumb on top, the other pinky under. And again, can you even out the work along the spine? Right, yeah, lifting the heart. Really, the work for any back bend is the upper back. Take another breath here. Yeah. And slowly come on down if you're not already. Good. And just hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Rock a little bit side to side. Smooth out the lower back. Good. All right. So hugging the knees into the chest. We'll roll forward and back a time or two and see if we can come up and balance on the sit bones. There we go. Yeah, your favorite. I'm like, it's in a weird place. I hope I don't hit the wall. Okay. Lift your chest. Maybe let go. Maybe straighten your legs. Navasana. Yeah. Hug the ribs in, hug the belly back. Okay, good. Cross your right ankle over your left. Pull your knees in. So if you have a couple of blocks, you may want to just bring them out right now. We're going to put the hands on the floor and see if we can just pick our butts up off the floor for just like 3 seconds. Right, so press down and lift up. 3, 2, 1. Yes, down. Back to Navasana. We're only going to do that one more time. If that helps, I don't know. Right, so toes about eye height-ish. Right, arms reaching forward, Paripurna Navasana. The whole entire boat. One more breath. Left ankle over right, pull it in. Try and keep the feet off the floor, but you know. All right, hands by the hips. One more time. Lift up. 3, 2, 1. Good. Come down with my butt's barely off the floor. Okay. Doesn't matter. It's off. All right, last Navasana. Hug the belly back. Right, sometimes we push, so let's pull it back. All right, here's the part. Curl the tailbone under. Am I gonna hit the wall? No. Hover, if you can, because we're coming back up. Yeah, back up, 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 and that's it. Shoo! All right, awesome job, everybody. Take a moment, let's just, wiggle waggle, yeah. Let your hip flexors release. You may be feeling some squeeziness at the front of the hip there. Whew. All right, Dandasana, Paschimottanasana. All right, sitting tall, legs strong, toes up towards the ceiling. That said, we will keep the heels on the floor, right? We want the legs active, but we'll keep the heels down, press the thighs down, reach up. Inhale, yes, exhale, go forward. Grab your feet or use a strap or a block. Hold on to the pinky edges. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, go back out. Out into the fold. Right? The heels reaching forward. As much as we want this to kind of be something that we just sort of plop into, there we go. It's pretty active actually, right? We're not doing yin. We're not doing yin. Melt the shoulder blades down. I know. We will do a yin stretch though at the end of this. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, release the rest of the way. Let's pull the left foot in. And we're gonna take a twist. Grab your foot over the top. So your right hand to the pinky edge of your left foot. Yeah. Sit up tall. We're gonna use the leg to help us stay sitting up tall. So the foot pushing forward so we don't get too far leaned back. We're trying to actually keep the hips over, the shoulders over the hips. If your leg will straighten, go for it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Just keep the leg active. Reach the left arm back, right? And open the chest. So you can use your right shoulder blade. Press it onto the back ribs to open up. And then energize your right leg. Right, flex the foot, pull the thigh back into the hip socket. Take one more breath, looking towards the back hand. And then bring it around, gently releasing, foot to the floor. And we'll just switch sides. So send that leg out, bring the other foot in. Grab onto the pinky edge. Sit up tall, right? Keep the leg that's on the floor active, right? Kicking the right foot forward. Maybe the knee is straight, maybe it's not. But use that foot to keep you over your hips. Opening the chest, turning the gaze towards your right thumb. Right, yeah. Heart lifting, lift up out of the lower back. That's it, very nice. Energize the left leg. Take one more breath here. Can you use your left shoulder blade to rotate any more? Maybe that's 2 breaths. Look forward, inhale. And gently release, exhale. Come on out. Okay. Upavishta. Let's open up. So it means wide angle, right? Like spread out wide. But wide for me and wide for you may not be the same thing. Wide for you may not be the same thing. So you find what wide feels like in your body, right? Whatever that feels like to you. You want to feel a soft stretch right now, and then we'll lean in and maybe get a little bit more. Sitting up tall, so lifting up out of the lower back. We'll try and keep the legs, just like Paschimottanasana, toes pointing up, legs fairly active, and then we lean forward, right? Hinge the hips forward. Yeah, so your sit bones start to scoop up and back behind you, right? And you lengthen. And if you like, you can use your hands, hook onto your toes, lengthen forward. Right, relax your shoulder blades away from your neck. And then you just kind of hover here in the stretch. However far forward you get, doesn't matter. As long as you're feeling stretch in your inner thighs, you're doing it. Right, yeah. The thing is to just feel the stretches. It doesn't matter if you ever achieve that final phase or not. And then lift up halfway. And the rest of the way. Hook the knees. Scoop your legs in. Take a moment. Soften. All right. right, we shall stretch our hips. Fine, people. So I think let's do a single pigeon if your body will let you, because then we can also get a little hip flexor stretch at the end of that, which will be nice after that boat pose that we did a little while ago. So right shin forward, left leg behind, and we want to really square those hips, right? So if your hip is hovering off the floor, slide a blanket, slide a towel, you know, whatever you have handy under so you have some support, right? And then maybe you get the hip flexor stretch now because that feels pretty good. In yin, this is swan when you're up, and then it's sleeping swan when you lie down. So it helps to think of it that way. In yin, you really relax. So once you're in the fold, if it's possible for you to reach the arms overhead, then you'll reach the arms overhead. But if that feels like too much, then just pull your hands back and come to a level of stretch that you feel like you can stay in for a couple of minutes. Because that's kind of the other thing about the yin practice is you hang out. Time in the shape. I don't think it'll affect anything if I turn these lights off, so I'll be right back. There we go. Right, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Good. So relax. Right, let your upper back soften. Right, the hip too. Let your hip soften. And if you feel like I can't, then I would say back off the stretch a little bit. Right? Relax it there. Use your exhales. Consider coming back to the 1-2 ratio with your breath and really drawing out the exhale. It's very yin. To have a long exhale, I mean. The exhale itself is actually kind of a heated breath, but the long exhale, right, is very yin. Vibration from humming, from oming can also help to soothe the vagus nerve. When we get a little overwrought, you know, we can kind of shut down, and that's the vagus nerve too, like depression and things like that, or it's like the dorsal vagal response is a little heavy. So we don't necessarily want to be there, and we can just pull ourselves out with these nice breaths, right, and stimulate the vagal response that we like, that we want, that will put us in a more calm, more happy place. So let's take about 5 or 6 more breaths on this side. One more breath here, inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. Just take your time coming up. And if you didn't do it on the going in, maybe catch it on the out, is just releasing the front of the hip on the left side or the back leg side. If you like, you can stay on the floor and swing the back leg forward to switch, or you can pull it in and switch through down dog. Right, which is pretty nice. Okay. When you're ready, the other shin comes forward. Oh, so much more sensation on this side. Woo! All right. So just notice, right? It's totally normal for your 2 sides not to be the same. Thank goodness. Get the hip flexor stretch if you're into that, which I definitely am. Oh my goodness. When you're ready, walk it out. Oh. So just notice how this side feels. Really, for me, this is actually my more flexible side, where I have more range of motion here, but I have more sensation. I don't, for whatever reason, and you know, they say the they say the right side is like the masculine side, the sun side. So it's the side associated with work and stuff like that, power, money things, whatever. So I guess it sort of makes sense that my right side may feel a little intense right now. So just notice what's happening in your body. So, you know, consequently the left side would be the feminine side, the moon side, the more relationship-y side, like that kind of stuff. So notice what's happening in your body. Right, everything's energy. Everything's energy. What do you feel as you're here? And as you're in this stretch, what comes up? Right? What do you notice? Again, you know, just breathing in, breathing out, whatever's here, whatever comes up. And if at any point you feel like you just need to get out of this stretch, maybe take a breath and just make sure it's not just your mind kind of panicking, but if you need to, you need to. Long exhales. Let's take about 5 more breaths on this side. I'll give you oils. I'll make up for it. Oops, I think I need to charge this little guy. All right, one last big breath. Inhale. Sigh it out. Exhale. And slowly come on out. So again, you have the option of coming out through downward facing dog, or just swinging the back leg around and forward. Whichever makes more sense for you right now. And then we're gonna lie down. So once you've done that, come lie on your back. And if you wanna do a happy baby or something like that, feel free. Because we're making our way to Shavasana. So I kind of want to give you like a little cocktail of oils.
Yes.
A little oil cocktail.
Get the margarita.
Not that kind of cocktail.
Okay.
So a little combo of tangerine and eucalyptus, which I know sounds kind of nutty, but it turns out okay. And they're both good for your immune system. So do you want to spread your hands, cover your face,
Okay, it's mine.
Take a breath into there, just enjoying Shavasana. And then press the floor away, come on up to seated. And as you come to sit, let's close the eyes. Just take a moment to check in, to notice. Appreciate the effects of your practice. And bringing the palms to press at the heart, snuggling the thumbs in. Let's close our practice with a single Om. We'll join our breath and our voices one more time. So we'll exhale and empty. Take an inhale. Grateful for this practice. Grateful for the goodness that it brings. Body, mind, spirit. What else? What are you grateful for? And I know it's easy to get caught up in all this stuff, but we're so lucky. We have so much. So just take a moment to remind yourself right now. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om shanti shanti shanti. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone at home. And namaste. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. All right. Have an awesome rest of your day. So don't do anything crazy. Try not to buy too much toilet paper. As if you could. As if you could right now. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone at home. Have an awesome rest of your day. Signing out now. Bye. I don't know how to stop this. Finish.